The state visit of King Charles and Queen Camilla reached its conclusion in the beautiful city of Bordeaux. As we look back on this historic visit, we are reminded of the remarkable moments that defined their journey. From ceremonial events to cultural exchanges, it's been a truly unforgettable experience for both the British royals and the people of France. Our royal couple began their journey at Bordeaux Town Hall, where they attended a prestigious ceremony. Next on the agenda was a visit to British frigate, the HMS Iron Duke, docked in Bordeaux. The royal couple then made their way to the square in front of the historic Old Stock Exchange for a grand ceremony. As a special highlight to the visit, King Charles himself launched the UK promotional campaign, Great, right here in Bordeaux. Our royal couple arrived at a picturesque vineyard in Mathieu, where they were greeted by honors and staff. The vineyard is not just about producing exceptional wine, it's also dedicated to environmental responsibility. French President Emmanuel Macron welcomed Britain's King Charles and Queen Camilla to the Élysée Palace for a farewell meeting at the end of the royal couple's visit to Paris. Earlier in the day, King Charles visited a sports center and met members of the public in the Paris suburb of Saint-Denis during the second day of their state visit to France. Queen Camilla and French President Emmanuel Macron's wife Brigitte played table tennis together at a sports center. While Charles spoke with its young members about the upcoming Paris Olympics. Charles also received a number 3 Paris Saint-Germain soccer shirt bearing his name from club president Nasser Al Khalifi, the 3 signifying his Charles III. King Charles and Queen Camilla visited a Paris flower market named after the late Queen Elizabeth II on Thursday. Charles was given photographs as present and Camilla received a bouquet of flowers. In 2004, Queen Elizabeth II visited the same market accompanied by François Hollande, French president at that time. Charles and Camilla, Macron and his wife Brigitte also visited Notre-Dame Cathedral in Paris to view restoration works following a massive blaze in 2019 that destroyed its roof. Britain's King Charles arrived in France on Wednesday for a 3-day state visit. The king and his wife Queen Camilla were the guests of honor at a state dinner in the 17th century Versailles Palace, where blue lobster and a selection of French and English cheese were on the menu.
En l'honneur de votre Majesté, de Sa Majesté la Reine Camilla ainsi que de votre famille, je le lève en l'honneur du Royaume-Uni, de l'entente cordiale qui unit dans une alliance indéfectible nos 2 peuples frères. Vive le Royaume-Uni de Grande-Bretagne et d'Irlande du Nord. Vive l'amitié franco-britannique.
Despite Brexit and because our ties are so old, I know that we will continue to write together part of our continent's history, Macron said in a toast. More than 150 guests were invited to the banquet at the sumptuous palace, including British actor Hugh Grant, rock star Mick Jagger, French billionaire Bernard Arnault, and former Arsenal football coach Arsene Wenger.
Présentez
Earlier, Charles and Camilla were greeted on arrival at Paris airport by French Prime Minister Elisabeth Bon before heading to a ceremony at the Arc de Triomphe where they paid tribute to French and British soldiers who died in 2 world wars. King Charles said on Thursday that Britain and France had a shared responsibility to protect democracy in Europe and to ensure the world tackles climate change in what he called an intent for sustainability. Charles arrived in Paris on Wednesday for a 3-day state visit in a show of pageantry and symbolism meant to turn the pages on years of rocky relations between the two nations since Britain voted to leave the European Union. Together, our potential is limitless, Charles said in a flawless French, giving the first speech by a British monarch to representatives of both houses of the French Parliament. That's why we must cherish and take care of our entente cordiale for future generations so it becomes an entente for sustainability to tackle more difficulty the global urgency in terms of climate and diversity, he said.
These horrifying events have once more demonstrated the fragility of so much that we hold dear. Just as we stand together against military aggression, so must we strive together to protect the world from our most existential challenge of all, that of global warming, climate change, and the catastrophic destruction of nature.
The so-called Entente Cordiale was an alliance dating from 1904 that put a stop to centuries of military rivalries between France and Britain to see the two European powers fight on the same side during 2 world wars.
Ensemble, notre potentiel est illimité. C'est pourquoi nous devons chérir et entretenir notre entente cordiale. Renouvelons-la pour les générations futures afin qu'elle devienne, je le propose, également une entente pour la durabilité, pour répondre plus efficacement à l'urgence mondiale en matière de climat et de biodiversité. En tant que voisins, amis, partenaires et alliés, il n'y a pas de défi que nous ne puissions relever, comme nous l'avons fait si souvent par le passé. Allons de l'avant avec espoir et courage, et faisons-le ensemble.
With Russia's unjustified aggression in invading Ukraine 18 months ago, the two countries were once again facing war on the continent, he said. Together, we are unshakable in our determination that Ukraine will prevail, Charles said.
Notre détermination et notre alliance sont plus importantes que jamais. Ensemble, nous nous tenons aux côtés du peuple ukrainien avec une solidarité résolue. Ensemble, nous sommes inébranlables dans notre détermination que l'Ukraine triomphera et que nos libertés si chères l'emporteront. Merci.
The warm words, visits, and symbolic gestures come after several tense years over the negotiations of Britain's exit in 2020 from the European Union, and after that rose over issues ranging from immigration to the sale of submarines. Former British Prime Minister Liz Truss once said the jury was out on whether France was a friend or foe, before settling on calling it a friend last year. Her successor, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, visited France in March to kick off what he called an entente renewed. We must reinvigorate our friendship so that it is up to challenges of the 21st century, Charles said in a toast at a state banquet held at the Palace of Versailles the day before.
Monsieur le Président, Madame Macron, je ne saurais vous dire à quel point mon épouse et moi-même sommes ravis d'être parmi vous ce soir, au terme de la première journée de notre première visite d'État en France, et combien nous sommes touchés par le magnifique accueil qui nous a été réservé. Une fois de plus, la France et le peuple français nous ont témoigné un accueil chaleureux et une profonde gentillesse, et nous leur en sommes très reconnaissants. Votre générosité nous rappelle que ma famille et moi-même avons été très émus par les hommages rendus en France à ma mère, dont les funérailles ont eu lieu il y a une année.
Britain's Queen Camilla and France's Brigitte Macron launched a Franco-British Literary Prize at France's National Library in Paris on Thursday. They examined first editions of French classic works, according to reports. With their mission accomplished, the royal couple said goodbye to Bordeaux and boarded their plane.